Let's talk about one of the organisations in Cornwall which helps the homeless. We're going to hear about the charity Harbour Housing Group. It's got 8 properties in mid-Cornwall, such as Cosgarn Hall in St Austell. In total, there are 80 residents. We wondered how they were faring during the lockdown. Gemma Taylor spoke to the charity's communications manager, Emma Hill.
We also operate an outreach scheme as well, which is to prevent people within the community from becoming homeless in the first place. And the clients that we deal with, they are complex needs clients. So as you say, it could be people who struggle with addiction, but it also covers a whole host of things from mental health to finance to anything else really that could prevent them from being housed elsewhere.
And how is Cosgarn Hall affected by the current lockdown? I mean, is there a funding crisis? Are you experiencing anything like that?
The thing with this is that we are funded primarily through both housing benefit, but also small grant schemes and other things like that. And so we aren't currently experiencing as much of a crisis as other charities who might be more primarily focused on fundraising. But for us, it's more about the uncertainty about the future, about whether our contracts will be renewed and kind of where we'll go from here.
Do you think it is a desperate situation, or are you quite confident about it?
It is tricky because obviously no one knows what's going to happen from here. It's all quite uncertain, but we like to focus on the positives and the things that we do know are going well. And so we know that we've got a handle on everything that we can do at the moment. So we've gone through and we've made sure that remote working is possible. So our residents aren't being too disrupted. We've made sure that staff know that they're supported. We've made sure that people have everything that they need to continue to progress. So we're trying not to focus on things being too drastic right now.
The staff and the residents you've got there, how are they coping with the social distancing? How are you managing that?
I think the social distancing is the trickiest part of it because obviously it leads to a lot of isolation. People find it difficult not having those support networks around them. But people are pulling together really well, really. So what we've done is that we've reduced the number of staff in the offices. So we only have 5 staff on site at a time and everyone else is remote working. And we're using Skype calls like that to keep up with residents and to continue support calls. And we're making sure that activities that still happen on site, we only have a maximum of 5 people at a time and they're all 2 meters apart. So we're trying to work around the restrictions that we have to make sure that life continues as normally as possible.
Would you say that there are some homeless people who are needing your help, but they're slipping through the net because of funding sources perhaps being out of action at the moment? Is there anything like that happening?
We're currently a bit stagnant at the moment that we can't move anybody on, and so we can't open up any more rooms to accept more clients, and so I guess that is a difficulty. But luckily there's a huge support network across Cornwall of different organisations, and Cornwall Housing have been brilliant responding to this, and so people who have been rough sleeping are being moved into emergency accommodation, making sure that people don't slip through that net.
Okay, and what sort of support are you getting at the moment? You said earlier you get funding through grants.
Yes, we do, and that's been great. They've been incredibly flexible about the projects we've been running, saying that we can use our funds for whatever you need really to keep things running at this time. But the support from the community as well has been amazing. We've had volunteers dropping off things like DVDs and books to keep residents active. We've had people donating food, supermarkets donating food to us. We've had these 2 girls who've been dropping off about 50 meals once a week for our residents. So that has been really lovely to see.
Yeah, some brilliant acts of kindness going on in Cornwall. Gemma Taylor there speaking to Emily Hill from Harbour Housing.